Oh, cried out till my baby comes home. Oh man, let me see. Give some people enough time to come up in the room. People hit that link. We're gonna get it in tonight. Let me get rid of this real fast. Let me go over here. Peace to the family, the people that's coming in the room. Let me bring up my. All right. Shad, what's up, Shad? We're gonna have an interesting conversation tonight. A very telling conversation tonight about, in the past, you guys have saw me make videos about casual sex in the Black community, right? Y'all seeing me talk about that. A lot of stuff that I was blowing the whistle on over the last 6 years of me being, well, really since 09, but the last 6 years of me actually having a channel and going serious, going hard on YouTube, a lot of stuff was going ignored. And people was asleep at the wheel. Like yesterday, I was with some family, and I was just sitting quiet in the room, Shad, and I was listening to the family talk. And with everything that's going on outside in the Black community, from all the stuff that's going on in the media, all the stuff that's going on outside in the communities, you should hear the conversations that Black people have. Black people have conversations like there's nothing going on. They have conversations like we've arrived and everything is normal. So I brought up a serious topic and was having a conversation, and one of my sisters shut it down. So I just got quiet again and was just like, you know what? Our people are so desensitized and so messed up. But with all of the stuff going on, I wanted to do this live stream tonight and share my screen and really get into the classroom and teach. Because what I want to do, because I'm not going to be going live all the time. You know, I'll be putting up really uploaded videos. So as people coming in, I want to say this first. I do a lot of the celebrity gossip videos now because what happens is for so many years I've been on YouTube teaching, trying to awaken our people and give our people the information. People wasn't really tuning in. They wasn't on that frequency. So I got to go down into the dirt and go down to where the minds of our people is. And I gotta go into that where your attention is and put the message inside the dirt. I gotta clean it up. So I gotta go where they at. So that's why I do a lot of the celebrity stuff. But if you listen to my message, it's the same message, right? So with that being said, this situation with a lot of these entertainers, male entertainers are being called out for their sexual transgressions. Well, tonight, I feel validated. I feel happy. I feel like the Most High has sent me a sign and has said, and he's told me that a lot of things that I've been teaching online that I felt like the public wasn't listening to is really starting to really hit the fan. And I'm happy because a lot of this stuff is happening. But I'm going to break this down tonight scientifically for you. And I'm going to give you guys some information that a lot of y'all might not have. No, I know. My brother, the esoteric therapist, on what I'm going to break down tonight, I know he knows this information, but a lot of y'all don't. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to preface this by two things, right? When you watch these movies and you see brother Riz, watch this, Riz. When you watch these movies and you see these women in powerful positions that was usually relegated to men, you see the woman king and she's fighting big, strong men, and you see the Marvel superheroes now are coming in the form of women. This is the UN, right? And the world powers creating gender equality. And I told you guys this 5 years ago. This is the new gender equality for the 2030 agenda that they're ushering in. And I have to educate it to you guys this way, so that way when you're somewhere and you're hearing conversations, you understand what's happening. So now we are in the age of Aquarius. And the age of Aquarius is the age of the woman, or the age of knowing, or the age of information, the age of technology, and the age of equality. We're out of the Piscean age. So now it doesn't matter whether you agree with whatever the Piscean age or the gender or the Aquarian age is. I'm telling you that the powers that be, that control your mind, that download, that gives you the information, they go by this. And I'm gonna prove my point tonight. I'm gonna prove my point. And I want you guys, when you leave here, like I say at the end of all my videos, when you leave here greater than what you was before you came. You leave here with a new sense of what's happening. Why do you see a so-called LGBT agenda? Why do you see a so-called feminist woman agenda? Why do you see a breakdown of the nuclear family agenda? Why is this happening? Well, tonight, George Macon is going to break this down for you guys and show you why it's happening. We're not going to get into speculation and deal with surface level. What we're going to do is what Dr. Phil Valentine told us was to pull the curtain and let's look behind the curtain. Let's look at who's carrying the puppet strings. Hey, Shantae, let's look at who's carrying the puppet strings. Let's look at what's happening, right? So it's very easy. We can go into the UN, right? And see what it is that they're talking about, right? Let's look at this, right? Hold on. Because see, once you start getting into the things that they don't even hide, Shantae, they don't hide it. Now, you guys saw me. So before I do this, allow me to speak for 10 minutes. I'm going to say some stuff right now that's going to be uncomfortable. It may invoke some memories. So if any women come in here and you may have been molested before, if you're not strong enough to handle some of the stuff that I'm going to say for the next 10 minutes, turn it off, turn me off, turn it back on in 10 minutes. Because the way I have to teach this, I have to be transparent. And for those of you that have sons, women that have sons, I hope that you do listen. Because we got to separate the lie from the job. And what we got to do right now is I got to go backwards to come forward to show you why you see what you're seeing going on now with all these so-called powerful men that you idolize that are being brought down. I have to show you. Remember when I was doing the videos about casual sex in the Black community? Well, I wish I had a group of women I can bring up on the panel tonight. I wish I did, that can really talk. I'm almost 50, right? And when we go back to the early 90s as young teenagers and you out there having sex, right? Now, I'm going to say this to bring it up to speed because I'm going to say some things that a lot of people ain't going to say. They're not going to keep it real. A lot of people in our community, Riz, they like to hear all the raunchy gangster shit. But when it goes to time to talk to the shit that's tight and right, oh, man, I can't believe George said that, but I'm going to say it anyway. So here we go. So back in the day, the way we had sex in the communities back in the day, a lot of women, if you want to be technical, could have called rape. There's a lot of times you might have been laying in the bed or in a house with a boy or cut school, and he wanted to have sex, and you did too, but you were scared, and he was pulling on you or touching on you, was saying no, but yeah, but no, but yeah, and y'all end up doing it, and he might even became your boyfriend. But that's was the introduction to sex. A lot of times it was a tussle and a wrestle to get the girl because she might have been scared, right, to actually have sex. And once she got into it or having it, then she would do it. But it was always like a no. So, and I think back of those times 30 years ago, and have conversations with my son now. When a girl say no, it's no, get up. But just think about it. Let's have an honest conversation for a minute, right? Because this is important for us to teach the youth going forward. And I want to show how from the hood to Hollywood, right? All of this stuff is happening at the same time, right? And a lot of us been with girls, and you know, she might have been afraid, or it was she might have been afraid. It might have been a little struggle, and y'all end up doing it. And there was a difference between a girl fighting and scratching and biting and screaming and howling and crying and all that kind of stuff. And that I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about things that went on in the community during a hyper masculine age when men were aggressive. I come from the era where when you was outside in clubs or outside, girls would get real fly and come out, and it was nothing to walk up to a girl and grab her ass or grab her titties or walk up to them like, "What's up?" You know what I mean? Or sometimes a girl was coming out looking for that. What I'm saying is, what I'm trying to get us to do, right? Don't look at the world through a 2023 lens. Look at the world through a 1991 lens, a 1989 lens. And I'm doing this for a reason. So stay with me because I'm teaching. Shantae and them is older. They know what I'm talking about, right? So you had powerful men, and the masculinity and the way that we operated back then was wild. When I think about it now, it was wild. Like, you had girls that was wild, that was with all that shit. Girls that was getting trains ran on them. You had girls that wasn't, right? You had girls that was about that life, but watch this, right? You might have 4 or 5 or 6 different girls come to a party. 3 of them is about that life. They in the rooms effing. But another girl might not be. But the guys is used to those girls. The guys is used to those girls carrying on that way. So watch this, Shantae. It's 6 girls. They come to a party. They come to a house with a group of guys. 4 of the girls is hoes. They with all that. They run choo-choos. They do everything, right? But 2 of the girls ain't. But the guys see those 2 girls and assume that they come and they grab their coochie and ass and start doing all kinds of stuff with them. But at that time, everybody drunk, everybody high. It's just a whole bunch of stuff going on. So now a girl can come out and say, "Hey, back in 1993, he grabbed my ass. He grabbed my coochie. He stuck his finger up my skirt. He did all that kind of stuff," because it was going on, right? So this is the stuff that you're hearing now, right, from a lot of these entertainers and stuff and powerful people. But it wasn't just going on in Hollywood. It was going on the block. It was going on the block. And for a long, if you go back during our dads in them time in the 70s, they had sex parties. They used to have sex parties, and you go into a house and they in there having sex is just a whole bunch of wild stuff. And the way that we interacted with each other back then is totally different now. And the men was way more aggressive, but the women's mindset was set up to the aggression. But let me say this, because this is important. There was a lot of coochie that got took back in the day. A lot of coochie that got took. A lot of times women went to places with guys and she gave them coochie because she was scared. And right now, I'm not talking about molestation for a minute. I'm going to put that to the side. I'm dealing with girls that went out to parties, or they went out to places and she got drunk, or he got drunk, and there was a lot of coochie that was took. And she didn't say nothing. She didn't say nothing because back then, see, stay with me. I'm talking 30 years ago. Back then, her father might be ready to kill somebody, but the first thing they would say, "What the fuck was you doing there anyway?" She didn't go and say anything because she was in places back then that she had no business being. She snuck to get there. She snuck outside. She wanted to run with her girlfriends. Right? So I'm showing you that this is happening on the low level, on the block, in the communities, in the hood, right? And this is the way that we was raised up. Now, most men not gonna come up here and admit that, hey, when I was young and I was young on the bed with the girl, she said no a little bit, and then I pressed her a little bit and she ended up giving me some. Most guys not gonna come on here and say that in today's time because they know that they'll be accused of rape. But back then, that shit was almost normal. But you're not gonna have people come on and be honest like me and really break this shit down. The reason why I'm being transparent with you, because you need to talk to your sons today. I'm telling you right now, if you don't talk to your sons and break, let's see. I can't see a meeting woman and grabbing her breast and then doing what she accused. But see, I don't know how old you are. Like I said again, it's not about come on, man. It's about what you need to do. What you need to do is listen to a brother that's teaching. I'm a black man, probably older than you, teaching. And I'm telling you what was going on in the hyper-masculine era of my time back in the day. So have a seat, get this information so you can take this out to the young G's and you can give them game. Just because you, the individual, didn't do it don't mean that it wasn't happening. It was happening outside in major cities across America, especially with niggas that was getting money, that had entitlement, that was able to deal with different women from all over. And you had women that was with that shit too. And then you had women that wasn't with that shit. So I'm showing you before we even get to Jamie Foxx and them, I'm showing you what's happening on the block. That's all I'm saying. I'm not dissing you. What I'm saying is I'm giving you game. Listen to this game. I'm telling you, man, it's important. Because even if you wasn't doing it, Rodney, other brothers that wasn't, I guarantee you know who they are. But this is the thing. Because it sounds crazy, but it wasn't frowned upon back in the day. It wasn't frowned upon. And it wasn't even frowned upon by a lot of women either. A lot of women just went with that shit. It was like the norm. It's fucked up. But we can't look at it. But what I'm trying to teach you, we in 2023. This was 35 years ago. So imagine it's the crack era. You got millionaire niggas on a block that got more money than the entertainers. I told y'all on this stream, when I was 15 years old, I was in a house. It was about $3 million downstairs in the living room on the floor. My OGs brought some girls in the back, and we were upstairs in the middle room. It was a table in there, and we was counting more money because dudes was coming in, bringing in bags of money. I was 15, so I was a young buck on the team. 15 years old. I think at that time I had only had sex about 3 times, probably. Because I was in and out of jail all my juvenile life. And these girls came in. They had to be about 24, 26. I'm talking about bad, thick, bad bitches. And they went into the front room with my OG. And he called me into the room. And I looked in the room and I was scared, like a little nervous. You know, these older women and shit. So I walked out the room and went back into the middle room. The girls came out the middle room and one of them was crawling on the floor and came in to unbutton my pants and start sucking my dick. So what would you say about that? But back then, nobody cared. That was just the norm. This was over 30 years ago. These girls was way older than me. They were grown. I was 15. Nobody, but what I'm saying is what you see happening in Hollywood, and you guys know I'm legit because for the last 3 years, I've been talking about casual sex is destroying the community. Y'all know me. Y'all know George Macon. I've been breaking this shit down. I've been the one blowing the whistle. I've been the one telling y'all. Yeah, I've been the one telling y'all. Now these women touch me, and for years I had never felt nothing that felt like that before. And for a long time, I probably not a sexual deviant, but it fucked me up because here I am, a child, 15 years old, being touched by older women. I never felt nothing like that. So when it was time for me to have sex with girls that was like probably my age and older, they wasn't able to fulfill me like those girls. I had never felt nobody touch me like that. So it kind of messed up my head and my psyche in the way that I view women. Right? But that's the same thing that happens to women when they are assaulted by men. So what I'm saying is, before I share my screen, I wanna preface this by saying that you guys are alarmed in what you see Puffy and them doing. You are alarmed in this Hollywood shit, but every day in the communities that we come from, this shit happens. It happens on multiple levels. Multiple levels. And what I'm saying was, when we was young growing up, You might have had a girl, a girl that, like I said, go to a party, she get assaulted in the bathroom. But she was too scared to say something because of who the nigga was. You got these powerful men, they assault a woman and tell her, listen, if you go, they give her some money or pay her off, or if you say something, we'll make a phone call to that. Don't you got a brother that's fighting the case here? We'll make a phone call to that DA so she don't say nothing. Well, we're in a time now that everything is being exposed. We're in a time now that the floodgates is dropping. We're in a time now that the Most High is allowing your idols, the people you look up to fall hard. Boom! This is the time that we're in now. And I'm going to show you what's happening while everything is falling, where they're going with it. But we're going to break it down scientifically. So let me share my screen. We got 31 people in the room. Hit that like button. Everybody hit that like button. Let me share my screen. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to break this down. I'm going to break something down for you guys where you can see it. Then we're going to get off into this shit. This shit is heavy. It's tight, but it's right. Make the screen bigger. All right, so a lot of people don't believe in astrology and all that kind of stuff, and that's fine. I'm not telling you to believe in astrology, but I need you guys to listen to me and listen to me well. The powers that be believes in astrology, astronomy, the stars, the sciences. They practice all of this stuff on you, and you don't even and they telling you not to practice these things, but they practice it on you every day. Now, what I'm going to read to you guys when I finish reading this, and I need you guys to get out of your fucking head. Clear out everything out of your mind. Oh, man, this nigga on some bullshit. No, shut up and listen to what the brother's telling you. I got to talk to my people like this sometimes. Shut up and listen to what the brother's about to tell you. This is important because when I read this to you, you're like, damn, they is doing this shit. It's not about what we've been told or what we've been. It's not about religion. It's not about what you've been told to believe. It's about what, man, hit that like button, man. It's about what they're doing. So check this out. So let's go up here. The awakening of the Aquarian age, the one cosmic shift of your life, right? So I'm going to start it off like this because I'm going to show you what they're doing, and they put it in movies and everything else, Shantae. Here we go. The future is female. Now watch this, y'all. Our value systems and beliefs about gender roles are changing with the astrological shift. Look around you. You'll notice that women increasingly earn higher incomes. Men are given respect when they choose to stay at home. And caring for those around us is no longer tied to gender or family role. Advances in research, psychology, and communication enables us to understand our differences and empower gender non-binary people, women and men, to shape the future together. While the process isn't easy or perfect, we are moving towards a collective consciousness. Now, y'all, listen, because this. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I'm back. Now watch this. This is their stuff. While in the past, women have had little choice to hold responsibilities or status beyond that of homemakers. Thank the Lord for birth control. This is their shit. The advances that characterize our age come with boldness, opportunities for expanding how we think about gender, much less defines roles based on it. Astrologers believe that the age of Aquarius will bring the divine feminist to full glory and power. Feminine qualities will be honored and respected rather than seen as a weakness. Beyond that, visionaries describe the age of Aquarius as an era where divine feminine and masculine come to balance, leaving behind the masculinity hierarchy of the Piscean age. And this is why you see all these men falling down because they have to destroy the old consciousness and way of thinking to restore the new one. So now when you watch these movies, right, you see all these women in powerful positions, right? So what I'm telling you is, I don't care if you believe in astrology or not. I'm telling you what they do. They believe in astrology. They use astrology and the esoteric sciences to persuade you to think and see things a certain way. They study the ancient Native Americans, the ancient Africans, all the ancient beliefs and sciences tell you that you shouldn't study it, and they repackage it and give it right back to you. So what I'm telling you is, they're saying that the masculine energy of the Piscean age is done. So they got to wipe all those people out. All those people that transgress against women, they coming for them. And they're going to fall because they now want you to idolize women in powerful positions to bring balance to your consciousness. They have to download into your subconscious mind that women are equal to men. So now you have to see women in masculine roles to circumvent what was previously told to you. This is their teaching. You don't believe me? Watch this. Let's move over. This is the UN. This is the UN gender equality, right? So what are the 5 points of women empowerment? Women's empowerment has 5 components: women's sense of self-worth, the right to have and to determine choices, the right to have access to opportunities and resources, their right to have power to control their own lives, both within and outside the home, and the ability to influence the direction. Hold on. And the ability to influence the direction of social change to create more just social and economic order nationally and internationally. So let's go here. People don't think. Hold on. This is so you guys can hold on. Let me click on this. This is so you guys can get an outstanding understanding. This ain't just some bullshit. I got you. This is from the UN. All right, and I'm gonna prove it to you. This is the United Nations around the world. This is a global thing. So what I'm trying to show you guys is, and I can't do this all the time because YouTube gonna come at. They come after this type of content because we're not allowed to teach you the truth. We're not allowed to show you the playbook. But tonight I'm showing you the playbook, so that way you don't get in frivolous I got you, D-Red. I'm gonna send you all this, so that way you don't get into frivolous conversations. I'm showing you why you seeing what you're seeing. I'm showing you why you're seeing the destruction of the nuclear family and why you're seeing all these things, right? So now this is the 2030 agenda for sustainable development by the UN. This ain't George Macon talking shit. This ain't the freaking news making up nothing. This is what they're doing. And this is why you're seeing what you're seeing. Nobody else on YouTube is going to give you this. You're not going to get it nowhere else. I've been doing this for like 8 years now, trying to blow the whistle. And now that you see all this stuff hitting the pipe, I can come down, and now I can really come with it. So this is it. So you hear this, right? So this is one of the articles, right? And the introduction. Oh shit! Hold on, damn! I don't knock me out. Hold on, let me reshare it again before we get to the video part. Hold on. So here we go. Why equality matters across all SDGs, right? So this is the United Nations for Women, right? Yes, that too. So this is the United Nations for Women, right? And this is what's coming, right? So now, gender equality and the empowerment of all women and girls is not only an explicit goal under the 2030 agenda, but also a driver for sustainable development in all its dimensions, from ending poverty and hunger, promoting promiscuity and inclusive growth, and building in peaceful and just inclusive societies, right? So now they have all of these things set in place, right? So what you have to do is, when you see all these men being accused, and it is not just black men, y'all, it's men of all races. They're tearing down the old hierarchy of men, and they're ushering in women in powerful positions around the world, right? And it also, but let me say this. Let me say this, and I'm a tread lightly with my words. There's another group that's behind all of this, that's funding a lot of this, and they're empowering these women. If you guys get a chance, and I broke this down to you guys before. If you read the Fordham University Manifesto by dang, what the hell is his name? Oh shit, hold on. Let me pull that up. Hold on, because I forgot his name. Let me pull this up. One second. Yeah, here we go. Michael Swift. If you get a chance and you read that, I'm not going to pull that up on here because they're going to give me a strike immediately because you're not allowed to tell the truth. But it's in the Library of Congress in 1987. He wrote his manifesto, and he told you everything that was going on and the empowerment of women and the letter crew. In order to empower the women in the letter crew, you have to knock down you have to call masculinity toxic. The old form of masculinity has to be obliterated. It has to be wiped out. And they have to infuse a new form of consciousness. And now they have masculine men afraid to be masculine, afraid to speak as men. They're telling you how you should speak, how you should operate, how you should make love, when you can work, when you can do certain things, because they have knocked down the hierarchy, and now they're reinstilling a new consciousness, a new way of thought. Right here you go. I'm proving my point. Let's get right with it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it before we get to the puffy part, because I know a lot of people that they want to be entertained, but I got to show you why you're saying what you're saying.
We move. Great team players at the community level.
Hold on.
No one's left behind. It just comes. We are also able to multitask, so we can.
Here we go. All right, go.
Things to do, and everyone
Listen
said yes, and they were really very excited about it. And so that for me was just amazing.
This woman is the Deputy Secretary General of the UN. And she's heading up a lot of these causes behind the scenes that you see that you guys don't even know about. She's the one in control. She's the one in control. Right. And that's all I'm saying, Rodney. She's the one in control. Her and a couple other people behind the scenes that you don't see. All the things you trickle down. She's one of the forerunners that they're not going to tell you about.
You know, what else? What else do you want? I mean, they could have been busy, which they are. But they made that space to help us show not just what they were doing, but to inspire others. And yeah, so that for me is the most memorable, the yes.
It's so special, but it's also not that surprising to me as a woman. And it makes me think, President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf earlier this week said to us that women are great leaders, and particularly in crisis, because of some things that we do intuitively, because of empathy, because of our instinct to care and to nurture. And I wonder if you could talk a little bit about why you think women leaders have been so successful in this pandemic situation, relatively speaking, and what we're bringing to the table, including that spirit of yes that actually makes us uniquely suited for these sorts of situations.
I think somehow it's probably in our DNA, but we automatically think of everyone, right? Your family is everyone. And so you're always looking to make sure no one's left behind. It just comes. We are also able to multitask. So we can think about a lot of things, but also keep focus on the goal. And I think that that's very helpful in a time of crisis when people are looking for direction, but they're also looking to see that, you know, what about me? And we're always about that. And so I think that we have those skill sets that you know come with the package, and I don't think that we have often given them value because we've been trying to do something that the man does. Well, they need to do something that women do because it would make them so much better at it. And you know, often I when people talk to me about climate change, and we all say it's man-made, and I said yes, if there were more women in it, we wouldn't have had the catastrophes that we have. We wouldn't have been polluting like we do, because we would have thought about the implications and the consequences. I also think that we're solution oriented. We look for the solutions because, you know, we know what the implications are, and that's not an option. And I think
now y'all hear what she's saying, right? And this is important. This is important that you guys have an understanding and what she's breaking down, what she's laying down, because this exercise that I'm trying to do to my people, because like I said, let me come back on the screen. Like I said, I was with the family yesterday, and I'm hearing the conversations D-Red that the family is having, and it's and just the Black community, period. It has nothing to do with sustainable development and understanding what's happening. When you see Sukihana and you see Sexy Red, that is so at the bottom. Y'all don't even know what's happening. When you go watch these movies, y'all don't know what they're doing. I told you guys, the form of women empowerment, show me anywhere where they show women empowerment that has anything to do with the family. Man, woman, and child, or man and women together with the children. Show it to me. All the women empowerment is surrounded around form of individual woman success or the letter crew. So the people behind the scenes pulling the strings ain't about the development of family. They're destroying the nuclear family. I got a video on that coming. Y'all gotta pay attention. Over here in these Black YouTube spaces, everybody's making money off of garbage. They're not telling you nothing that what's coming down the pike that's going to help you. No, I'm telling you, these are the people that's controlling everything that you see is going on. So when you see a thing that Puffy's in trouble, that man, I just wish y'all, man, I wish y'all knew, man. Let me play some more, and then we're gonna get right. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. Like, keep getting into this.
I think that when a crisis comes up, that's exactly what we do. We put all the pieces together and we move. Great team players at the community level. You see that in every single community, whether it is your family and the extended family, or it is actually that community, the village, where it is always women gathering together to share the work. And even if it's tough, like you have to walk. I remember, talking about the women had to walk for 10 kilometers to go get water and come back. And then we were saying, well, that's really terrible. So let's put let's give them the water, the borehole in their village so they don't have to walk the 10 kilometers. And they said, you didn't discuss that with us, because on that journey, there are a lot of things that we discuss that solve our problem that we can't do when we're back there. So you would have asked us where we wanted that borehole. So, You know what it is though? Esoteric, for me, it ain't really about saving everybody. It's just about 90% of people don't have no knowledge of nothing. Their knowledge is only based off of frivolous things. Now, I want to say this because I want to make sure that this said, and this is important. I'm all for women empowerment. I'm all for a balance in women being treated right. I'm all for that because I know that that's part of our culture. But the problem that I have is when you have this here, when you have this here in the 2030 agenda for women, the first question that a lot of us that's woke, the women and the men have to ask is, who's the people that's in control of this? Who's handling this? Who are these people? What are the backgrounds of these people? We can't just go with that, because when they talk about sustainable development and the preparation for review, UN Women has undertaken an assessment of a progress to date. So they have a whole system set in place by 2030 where they want things to be, right? Black people have to be aware of this. We have to know who these people are. We have to see, okay, women empowerment. Who's in control of the women empowerment, right? Because women empowerment can't be anti-man. And the reason why I'm telling you this, right? The reason why I'm saying this to you guys is, hold on, let me get my brother. The reason why I'm saying this to you guys is, as Black people, we've been traumatized and beaten down and broken down in so many different places. Have Black men harmed Black women in a lot of ways? Absolutely. We've taken on the same behavior of our oppressor. Have Black women harmed Black men in a lot of ways? Absolutely. Right? So now when these people come out and because one thing about Black people only complain about what white people tell them to complain about. Whatever come on their news, that's what you complain about. I just watched the Alabama dude that got beat up down there. They charged him with assault. I ain't hear Black people talk about that at all when he got charged, because the white man didn't tell you to talk about it. So you didn't talk about it, right? You talked about it when it first happened, but when the charges came, nobody talked about it. It's so many things that go on in the Black community that the Black community don't talk about.
So now what I'm watching is I'm seeing Jamie Foxx. I'm watching Puff Daddy and all these black men get accused of assault, some form of sexual assault. But I'm also seeing women believe all women and women in a position of power. Women can't be hurt. And I'm asking, where does that come from? So I went and did the research, and I did this research years ago. I've been teaching this research. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man, so this people can come in the room. And make sure y'all support the channel, man. We got the Urban Nerds. I got my Cash App right there. We got the website right there where you guys can donate through PayPal or Venmo. And we got our GoFundMe right there too. And we also got it pinned to the top. So support our foundation, man. You can, like I said, you can support through Cash App, you can support through PayPal, you can support through Venmo, and also you can support the foundation also through our GoFundMe. So make sure you guys support, man, the work that we're doing, man. All right, but let me get back into it, right? So you guys have to understand like what's happening and what it is that they're doing, right? Black people should be up to speed on this because we should know that their job is to destroy the families, turn us against each other. And now women, these women that are seeking power, they're not seeking power to bring equality. They're seeking power to unseat the powerful men so they can get in those positions. Here we go, right here. Like strap on your seatbelts. Let's get it. Let's go over here. So let me come down, son. So you have here Sean Diddy Combs and 26 other famous men who have been accused of sexual assault. So when people say they just going after black men, would you say D-Red? Yeah, I got all that. I got that covered. I got that. And Axl Rose was on the front cover. I mean of my my thumbnail. You're going after Axl Rose. Yeah. Is outright assault on man. Yes, absolutely. And that's part of the agenda. And that's why I came the way I came, D-Red, with the UN agenda, because I wanted people to understand and see what's going on from a more scientific base. And I came with the age of Aquarius, because I tell people it's not about whether you believe in astrology, science. They believe in it. They practice it. They're telling listen, the term the devil is a liar, Shai, that's a misnomer. The devil ain't a liar. The devil tell the truth all the time. It's just your job to decipher what he's saying. You got to go in and decipher what tactics that he's using to bring you down. And if you don't, then you'll get slaughtered. So here we go. So you got guys like Diddy, Cuomo. Hold on. Look at this, right? By the time the dust had settled, 87 actresses had come forward against Weinstein. Angelina Jolie described her scary incident with the studio executive when she was 23 years old. So you have people like Weinstein, but then you have this guy like Cuomo, right? And we all know who Cuomo was. So Andrew Cuomo, right? And this is important because they're going after white men too. November 23rd, 23 on Thanksgiving, Cuomo, former executive assistant Brittany Carlissimo sued Cuomo for sexual assault. Carlissimo allegations involve claims that Cuomo subjected her to humiliating and demeaning tasks, hugs, kisses, sexual touching on her buttocks, forcible touching on her breasts, per documents obtained in the New York Post during her tenure as an executive assistant in 2019. Now I'm gonna tell you guys, when I first I came years back, I had a video called the Sexual Perverted Society of America, and I said in these corporations, the way the white woman got a leg up in society was to put her legs up. Y'all ever notice when the white woman in porn they role play? She always got the bosom out with the garter belt and the stockings and the high heels with the short dress. Well, that's how they was coming into them offices working, because they knew that in order for them to get a leg up, they had to put a leg up. So it was all kinds of sexual innuendos going on at the time in these offices. Well, these women was demeaning themselves in order to get up. But now they figured out that, okay, you made me demean myself, to get up, but now I can get back at you because in 1987 you grabbed me by my crotch. 1987 you bent me over the table and forcibly inserted your penis into me. We see what they use for humor, or they use for the big-breasted white woman with the blouse on, with the buttons and all that kind, with the glasses on inside the office, and you use that for amusement. Well, no, that shit was real. That was going on in there, and powerful men was taking advantage of women. And I need you guys to understand, don't make this a black thing. It's not about a black thing. They're coming after all men and positions from the top to the bottom. That's why I started off in the hood. Hold on, let's see. Brother Joe, they have to sprinkle a few whites. But I want you to, this is what I want y'all to understand as black men. I get that, but I'm gonna tell you guys, man, because I've been studying this a long time. Do not make it a black agenda. And hear me out when I say it. Hear me out when I say it. As black people, we have everything is the face of us. But understand what I'm showing you guys tonight, this is about power. And the W woman, y'all know the W woman is at a fight with her man, and she's seeking to unseat him. So if black men are going to be the casuals, because they're taking down white men as well in powerful positions. We're the face of things when it comes to we make them money. But when it comes to the powerful seats to sit in those seats, we ain't in those rooms, Brother Maximus. That's what I'm alluding to. And it's a bigger fight, but we still have to pay attention. So they distract you with Puffy, but it's more than just Puffy. It's bigger consequences than just a Puff Daddy, because the people that make money for Puff Daddy is falling. So let me finish reading. She furthers alleges that Cuomo began retaliating against her after she rejected his sexual advances. Comicio, who previously reported Cuomo alleged conduct back in 2021, claims that after following the report, the then Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul demoted her. You see, these men were in powerful positions. These men were powerful, and it's been going on forever. They were in positions where they can shut these women down. And now we're in a new age where now they're pushing the empowerment and the equality for women. I just showed y'all. If y'all don't believe me, let's look at it again. Let's look at it again. This is from the UN. Women's empowerment has 5 components: women's self-worth, their right to have and determine choices, their right to have access to opportunities and resources, their right to have power and control of their own lives, both within and outside the home, their ability to influence the direction of the social change and to create more just social and economic order nationally and internationally. So what I'm telling you, brothers, is here. What I'm telling you, brothers, here is the agenda is coming from up top, not just some locally thing. This is part of the UN 2030 agenda. And they have many things set up for the 2030 agenda, right? And this is what I'm trying to tell my brothers and sisters. So she got demoted by Kathy Hochul, demoted her, reassigning her to the demeaning task of answering telephones in the lieutenant governor's office until moved to other offices. According to the court documents, this resulted in a loss of overtime pay, limited work, whatever that say, and damage to her career opportunities. Cuomo resigned in August 2021 following a barrage of misconduct allegations, including inappropriate touching of a female trooper. He was consistently denied the allegations. The sexual assault case was dropped by the Albany County District Attorney in 2022. Cuomo's lawyer, Rita Gavin, has dismissed Cuomo's lawsuit as a cash grab. So they're going after powerful white men in positions, right? Sebastian Cohen, the Disney guy, he got in trouble by a Jane Doe 1, a Jane Doe 2, a Jane Doe 3, alleged that they experienced abuse during their romantic relationships with Cohen from 2018 to 2023. The lawsuit was filed this week. Filed in New York this week. Jane Doe 1 alleges that starting around the summer of 2017, Cohen, who was 24 years old, groomed Jane Doe 1, age 16, under the guise of a romantic relationship. So what I'm saying is this, right? Because I'm not going to read all this. These are all men either in political powerful positions or in the movie and entertaining powerful positions. They have to unseat these men. They have to bring them down, right? Here go your boy, P. Diddy, right? And watch this. Matter of fact, before we get to P. Diddy, let's go over here. Let's go over here. Let's put some emphasis on it. Let's go here.
About if she was messing with Cudi, or he was involved in at the same time, right? Interscope Universe the same. They gave Puffy a deal in the first 50 million, 100 million. That project flopped. They turned around and gave him another deal, and that project flopped. But instead, you can steal my shit on some bullshit. Then when you really look at it, I look at it.
This is Suge Knight talking about Puffy.
Like this. What Puffy done, what Puffy did, or what Puffy do, is not a surprise. Everybody know what it is.
Hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs has been accused of beating and sexually assaulting his ex-girlfriend and singer, Cassie.
I mean, you got to be able to do that type of to a woman and other women, but it's not new. It's not like it's new news. Shit. Same time he beat the shit out of motherfucking what's the little girl named Cassie or whatever. He had an assistant by the name of Capricorn.
Listen,
He
y'all.
felt Capricorn. Cap was keeping this shit on the low about if she was messing with Cudi or not. Puffy beat the shit out that bitch. Not only did he beat the shit out of her, it was an Interscope person, the Interscope check that paid her to settle or he wouldn't go to jail.
You've heard of the golden rule, haven't you? Whoever has the gold makes the rules.
Now, there's a time where they say they're not going to put out records where people cuss and degrade women. Dre even did a thing on MTV and interview and says, I would never cuss on a record. I would never call a woman a bitch. I would never say these type of things again. And I'm going to do only records without cussing. That's why they say they couldn't distribute Death Row, because my artists cursed too much. So they put out an album called Aftermath. First song was Who Been There, Who Done It, it flopped. But even the people who wrote all these songs never get paid. But then, or a mother who's a bitch beater, they can do the Super Bowl and get an award. Puffy can beat the shit out of two bitches and they pay for it. And he get an award. And for his having somebody, have male prostitute fucking you.
Let me pause this for a minute. Now, what's happening here is, right, because I said we're going to break this down scientifically. Because the floodgates is opening and the powerful hierarchy of masculine men is falling, all of them are scrambling. So he's been put in jail. He was a guy that was idolized at one time that a lot of men feared and looked up to. He's been broken down to his least common denominator, very low compound, and sent to prison. So now he's speaking. He's blowing the whistle. He wasn't saying this 15 years ago. He's telling now because he knows that it's over. The jig is up. It's over. So he's been broken, and now he's telling. So Rodney, he's telling because he knows what's coming. So now he's saying, okay, I'm going down. I'm gonna bring Puffy down with me because if y'all put me in jail for this dude was out here he was doing way worse than me. I told y'all, Michael Swift, the gay revolutionary. If you read it, I can't show it here, but I've done it. They're going to give me a strike. I'm not allowed to teach this stuff. I'm probably going to get re-shadow banned again after this live stream, but that's fine. I got to tell the people the truth. I got to do the Most High's work. So when you read the Michael Swift revolutionary that's in Congress out of Fordham University, is telling you what they were going to be doing to masculine men. So he was like a form of a masculine man that they've broken now. So now he's supposed to be a gangbanger, and he's on the platform running his mouth, going against the code of what these men were sworn to never do. So this is all signs of we've broken you. He's broken. You're in jail. You're done. So just keep. So I need you guys to see this through the lens of the puppet master, what they're doing, not through the lens of conditioning. Over here, we teach, we break this down. So when you hear this former gangbanger, blood, death row, he in prison telling on Puffy. Who is he telling to? Who does he want? Who are the powers that be that he wants to hear him talking? Huh? Who is he talking to? Is he talking to y'all out there? Who is he talking to? Huh? Y'all gotta pay attention, man. Let's read on. Listen to what he's saying, y'all.
Called Aftermath. First song was Who Been There, Who Done It, it flopped. But even the people who wrote all these songs never get paid. But then, or a mother who's a bitch beater, they can do the Super Bowl and get an award. Puffy can beat the shit out of 2 bitches and they pay for it. And he get an award. And for his having somebody, you know, have male prostitute fucking your bitch, that's some weirdo shit. But it's not nothing new. Everybody know that Puffy been the fucking Gus ran in for the longest. That's not like it's new news. Why you think him and Russell was friends? Not that I want to see Puffy go to prison or anybody else. I still feel that way. But at the end of the day, he'd never get charged or go to prison. I mean, he make too much money for the people.
So I need my 44 people that's watching George, right? I need you guys to understand when you hear Suge Knight talk, who is he talking to? D Red, Rodney, Maximus, Shad, Shantae, in the chat, from y'all perspective, tell me who he talking to. Who do y'all think Suge Knight is talking to? When he's blowing the whistle on these other powerful men, who is he talking to? From y'all perspective, I'm gonna wait till I see something in the comment before I go forward. I want the participation from the crowd. I want y'all to tell George, who do y'all think he's talking to? I'll wait. Somebody said the Jews. That's one. I'll wait for somebody else. Who is he talking to? Who is he putting this message out to, and why? Who is he talking to? See, because we have to learn to be intentional. We have to be intentional when we hear this stuff and not from an entertainment ear. I don't hear this from an entertainment ear. He talking to the Illuminati and the higher ups. Okay. I think he talking to the greater public. Whoever will listen. Okay. Now, I everybody that'll listen. And this is the thing, right? I need you guys to understand, especially probably some young people. Let's see what he said. Suge is talking to the 1% that have power to change his circumstances and allow him to live his life. There you go. Without looking over his shoulder. Somebody said the handlers, right? Okay. So we got a very intelligent crowd tonight. I like this because what Suge is doing is Suge ain't talking to the common folk. They can't help the situation. Suge got on the stand and wouldn't run his mouth. So Suge got a podcast where he can talk on the podcast without talking on the stand. And what Suge is doing, because it's Suge Knight, he's an insider of this so-called masculine hierarchy that the dominant society used to dangle as a carrot for the community. We're going to find us a nigga and put him in a powerful position. And he represented strong, tough masculinity of the 90s, hyper-masculine era, him, the death row era, right? Now you see him broken down, sitting in the white man's prison, broken down, doing things that would be frowned upon, right? Giving up statements, talking about things that happened behind the scenes that we wasn't privy to, about a girl that he beat, and doing all these things. Why is he doing this? Why is this happening? Why is Puff Daddy being accused by multiple women? Why is Matt Lauer and Cuomo and all these people being accused? Why is the UN saying that they having gender equality for all women? What is happening? What is happening? What is the cultural conscious shift that's happening. Why is it happening? Where is it coming from? Who's in control of it? Or are you just watching Entertainment Tonight and Vlad TV and the other channel? Are you just watching those channels to be entertained? Or are you really, as a black person, studying what's really happening? And why anything is, if you notice, they pushing gender equality for women, but at the same time, right in front of your face, they still pushing Sukihana, Sexy Red, Glorilla, Pound Town, all that kind of stuff to the minds of young black girls. Still to this day right now, the image that's being put out to black girls, but we supposed to be in some gender equality for women. Are y'all paying attention, or are you being entertained? What are we doing here? There's 50 people in the room. Hit that like button. That's right, Klaus. I got that. That's Klaus Schwab. And we're in a stage of the Great Reset, and the people behind the scenes. And it's only so much I can. Matter of fact, I'll show it. Hold on. I'll just show you something. But this is going to be for another. This is going to be for another stream. But I'll show you. I'll give you something real quick. Real fast. Let's go over here real quick, and then we'll go back over and listen to Shug. You see this here? This Klaus Schwab. This is the World Economic Forum, where all the world leaders come together to come into agreement on the next agendas and things that they're going to do. Hold on, let me go.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's my great honor to participate for the 8th time at this important meeting, even if only in a virtual way. I would like to express my high respect to His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum for having taken the initiative for creating such an important global platform for governments shaping the future. I also want to congratulate for governments shaping the future.
I'm gonna stop it right there. I'm not gonna play. I'll drop the link if you want to come up. If you want to come up, D-Red, for a minute, I'll drop the link in a couple minutes. But I want you guys. I'm gonna stop it here because this is for another stream. But I want you guys to understand the powers that's behind what I'm showing and what's really happening. People are not going to really show you this stuff, man. Especially in Black YouTube, you're not going to get this. So what you have, because our people are not being told the right things, you have a lot of frivolous arguments that don't make sense, that's not educating or pushing our people forward. And these people have 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people in the room, and people donating to them, and they're not teaching you nothing, man. They're not showing you where this stuff is coming from. And I'm gonna ask you again, with the World Economic Reform, with the World Economic Forum, with the UN, with all the stuff that's going on, how come where they having gender equality, where they having gender empowerment for all women and girls? So if you having gender empowerment for all women and girls, this is the question that I'm asking. If you are having gender empowerment for all women and girls in 2023, why are these powerful record executives ran by men still having women like Sukihana and all these women portraying them and over-sexualizing them and having them talk about Pound Town and all these different things? You tell me, who is this empowerment for? What women are we talking about? Man, I just wish our people. Let me get back over here real quick.
That he basically worked for or had a business for. And when you look at it, he got lawyers, and her lawyers are smart also. They left some in, but they didn't go all the way. They basically went like, okay, they ain't gonna say he was participating with the male prostitutes also, because they never make it like she was a part of it. And then they weren't gonna say he was, because they gotta leave some out. and get them to settle for that $30 million. You know, and they had those side meetings like, you know, shit. We didn't say the part why they were testing your guts out. Everybody know they've been testing your guts out. So let's settle, or that's coming out if we have to fight it. So I'm quite sure they're gonna settle like ASAP. Right before the Super Bowl, a girl came forward and recorded Drake threatening her, had someone else threaten her, and what they was going to do to her and bring harm to her. A lawyer got it. At one time, Drake wasn't talking to Mike. Mike got it from the lawyer, took it to Dre. Now, Dre be silently giving Mike and Snoop money to try to help their shit. You know, it's a cat and mouse game all around the industry. I mean, shit, Wale never spoke on the fact that what happened to him with Puff, just like T-Pain was over there on the island, and he claimed they were trying to get a little fresh with him, but he's probably going to deny it.
Now you hear this so-called masculine blood gangbanger. He over there talking, just telling everything. Because if I was able to read Michael Swift, the gay revolutionary, y'all would really understand why he's doing what he's doing. These men are broken. That masculinity bullshit is out the door. They don't stand on the principles of man. They telling everything, because this is the thing. Why are you telling everything now while you in this position? If you really felt this way and wanted to be righteous and do the right thing, he could have been told, Rodney. If he really cared about black men, if he really cared about black women, if he really cared about his community, Suge Knight could have been told. Why did it take Suge to be in this position to tell? Who is he talking to? He ain't talking to common folk. He's talking to them people in powerful positions. He talking to them people. I keep telling you, we're in a change of an age, of a new age. Let me hold it. I'm gonna drop the link for D-Red to come up real quick. Just if there's a woman that want to come up in D-Red, just a woman in D-Red. Yeah, you want to come up. But we in those times, man. Look. I'm gonna go back over here again because it wasn't people in the room. Yep. I dropped the link for you, D-Red. Well, I'm gonna go over here again, right? I'm gonna go over here again because I'm gonna read it because it wasn't people in the room. Hold on. That's you, D?
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna read this again real quick for the people because what I'm trying to tell people is I'm not dealing with whether they believe in astrology or not. It's not about what you believe. It's about what they're practicing on. And when you go to Disney World and Hollywood and you look at the sorcery and the magic and all this stuff that they're doing, you don't know. So you say, I'm a Muslim. I don't believe in this stuff. Bro, they don't care nothing about that. They don't care nothing you talking about. The belief in the Most High. They don't practice this. They don't believe in that stuff. They don't practice. That's not what they practice. So we can't get into frivolous arguments about what you believe and what you know. This is what they're saying. The future is female. So this is the Aquarian age, right? Everything you need to know about the Aquarian age, right? So, hold on. The future is female. Our value systems and beliefs about gender roles are changing with the astrological shift. Look around you. You'll notice that women increasingly earn higher incomes. Men are given respect when they choose to stay at home and caring for those around us with no longer tied to gender or family role. That's crazy, right? Advances in research, psychology, and communication enable us to understand our differences and empower gender non-binary people, women and men, to shape the future together. While this process isn't easy and perfect, we're moving towards a collective consciousness, right? So they'll use these different words, right? But the collective consciousness that they're moving to is not the one that we talk about. We got to pay attention. While in the past, women have had little choice to hold responsibilities or status beyond that of homemakers. Thank the Lord for birth control. Oh, God. The advances that characterize our age come with boldness, opportunities for expanding how we think about gender, much less define the roles based on it. Here we go. Astrologers believe that the age of Aquarius will bring the divine feminine to full glory. Now, you see a lot of these women talk about divine feminine, but it's shrouded in lesbianism. It's not shrouded. That's not the divine feminine. That's not the divine feminine. That's a lie. The divine feminine is always had a male counterpart, man and woman together, walking in the divinity. There was never a divine feminine where she didn't need a man. So I'm telling you that when you see this being pushed by the UN, who's in control of it? I'll finish it up and I'll get the floor to D-Red. It says that the advances that characterize our age come with boldness and opportunities for, astrologers believe that the new age of Aquarius will bring the divine feminine to full glory and power. Feminine qualities will be honored and respected. It should always been honored and respected. Rather than seen as a weakness beyond that, visionaries describe the age of Aquarius as an era where the divine feminine and masculine can come to balance, leaving behind. Now, this is important. When I was asking y'all about Suge Knight, this is why I was asking y'all why I had to go back here, because I like to teach. We don't like to just filibuster. We like to teach so that way people can get this information. Leaving behind the masculine hierarchy of the Piscean age. So Suge Knight talking, he represented the masculine hierarchy of a Piscean age, but now he's broken down because now we're in a new age of the empowerment of women. So now he has to break all of those codes that he lived by, but he has to do it in front of the world. So the powers that be said, oh, you want to be back in our favor? Get on that damn podcast and you better tell every goddamn thing you know. And he said, I can't do that. I'm gonna be looked down upon. I'm gonna be looked down upon around my people. I'm a Compton blood. I can't shut your ass up and get your big ass up there and run your mouth. And you better tell on every goddamn body. God damn it. That's what they telling him. Go ahead, D-Red. You got the floor.
Yeah, so I just posted something in the chat, man. What we gotta understand too is part of what's going on is the secular movement. You know what I'm saying? The secular movement is a conglomerate of different groups. You got humanists, which you should go. Most people should go read the Humanist Manifesto. You know what I'm saying? And other atheist organizations. Now, to piggyback on what George was talking about when he was talking about feminism and all that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read something just about the secular movement, right? It said the secular movement in the United States believes a secular government is essential to religious freedom. It is generally opposed to religious outreach, including the Christian right, and promotes liberal positions on social issues such as gay rights, reproductive rights, you know what I'm saying, except for the church and state. So a lot of the people that are pushing this shit, you know what I'm saying, on us are and I hate to say it, but a lot of the atheist motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? A lot of the people that push this gay rights shit, and it says the secular movement has included a rapid growth in national and local atheists, agnostic, free thinkers, and humanist groups and organizations such as the American Atheists, the American Humanist Association, the Freedom from Religions Foundation, and the Atheist Republic. You see what I'm saying? So what's happening is secular atheists have declared war on people that believe in God and the hierarchy that most people believe God set up: man, woman, child. The man is the head of the household, so forth and so on. You see what I'm saying? These people are attacking our social norms. You see what I'm saying?
Because see, this is the thing, right? I'm real quick while you're there, because I want people to get this. Now, this is the thing, Craig. What I was trying to tell you, it's not about what you believe in. It's not about what you believe in, my brother. They don't care about what you believe in. It's about the agendas that they push. I'm not dealing in belief. I'm dealing in the actions that they're doing. So what D-Red was saying, right? When you have these groups declaring war on these other groups, this is what they declaring war. The Piscean age came before the age of Aquarius. It was strongly led by the ego mentality, generational hierarchies, religion, social economic status, dominated by social organizations around the globe. This is what they're knocking down. And this is what I've been showing y'all all night. They're knocking down the powerful hierarchies around the world. So It's not about what we believe in. I'm showing you what they're doing. This is undeniable fact. They practice this. They practice this on. Am I wrong, D-Red? They practice the fairy tale stuff.
Even Ronald Reagan got a numerologist on his goddamn staff.
Yes.
So they believe in numerology and astrology and all of that. I mean, so you can say what you don't believe in, like Joe said, it don't really matter what you believe. You gotta understand what they subscribe to, you know what I'm saying? And so you can understand the movements that they finna make. It ain't about what you believe. Well, the issue that we're having is
Hey,
you got black people. Huh?
Your mic is messing up. You got a whole bunch of feedback. You can't even hear you. It's feedback coming in your mic, like real nasty. So you come and say it over. Give him a chance to come.
Is this better? Is this better?
No, it's like an echo, like a beat. It wasn't at first when you first started talking. I don't know why.
Oh shit! Hold on.
I want you guys. When I'm doing these exercises, right? I want you guys to come out of what you believe and go into and let's start studying what they're doing.
Is this better?
Yeah, I'm not telling me and D-Red, not telling you to believe in I'm not telling you to believe in none of that stuff. You don't have to believe it, but you have to study what they're doing. Go ahead, Red.
Is this better?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, so it ain't about what you believe, and I'm not telling you to believe in God. I'm not telling you that either. But what you do got to understand is, if you are an atheist brother or sister that's listening, what you do got to understand is it's your people. Like, people are trying to say, well, historically, religion was the religion for all the wars and all of this and all that, and that's true. You know what I'm saying? People that subscribe to God got to eat that. You know what I'm saying? But right now, it's your people on the forefront. If you are a non-believer, you're an atheist. It's your people that's lead the charge for the destabilization of the household. It's your people lead the charge for the homosexual agenda. It's your people lead the charge, you know what I'm saying, for all of the madness that's going on and pushing a lot of the stuff. It's secular Jews that don't subscribe to the Talmud and none of that shit that's running a lot of these record labels. You see what I'm saying? It's so we've got to understand what's going on and understand the climate. You know what I'm saying? We got to understand what humanism is. Humanism stands on communism, atheism, and evolution. Those are the three legs of humanism. We got to understand the three legs of humanism. You see what I'm saying? Because we got to understand what we're looking at and what we listen to when we hear people talk on these YouTube streets, whether it's black YouTube, white YouTube, or whatever. We got to understand what we're listening to. You see what I'm saying? And so, I mean, Joe is saying it can be passed off as a conspiracy theory, but the problem is, when you got people in leadership positions, I tell people, go read Carol Quigley's work. Carol Quigley was, Bill Clinton's professor at Georgetown University. He wrote a book, Tragedy and Hope, and he talked about the conspiracy. He said his only issue with the conspiracy is that the fact that they want to remain silent, remain in the shadows, and they don't want to be open with it.
Yep.
That's his only issue with the conspiracy. Like, he don't deny, and this is Bill Clinton's mentor, who he thanked at the Democratic National Convention before he got nominated for president. He said that was the most influential person in his life. That's from his book.
Yep.
So we got. Go ahead, bro. My man.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna play some more of this. And I'm gonna play some more of this. And I got the videos for the other one. Yeah, we gotta pay attention. I want y'all to stop being entertained. Start studying. The Dr. King and our grandmoms and them, they wasn't with that entertained shit. This shit was serious. They was educating themselves. The Little Rock Nine and all that stuff that was going on, they was on that. They wasn't playing, man. The Montgomery boycott, they was educating themselves as they was forced to. Stop being entertained because you just see Puffy being accused. You need to know what's going on. Do you know that Diego and all those things Puffy starting to be dropped from all his endorsements? Diego said that he can't his image is bad for their brand. Remember last month he was suing them. These were, man, y'all just don't get it. They running the same playbook on everybody. The same playbook. It's strategic. How can you take what is now? Don't get me wrong what I'm about to say, because there are a lot of women that got hurt by a lot of these powerful men. But what these people know that in a dominant masculine male society, to accuse a man of sexual assault is almost like a death sentence because it's almost impossible for him to beat it. And even if he do beat it in court, in the court of public opinion, he'll always be guilty. So that's a tactic. This is a lethal weapon that they got. Oh, he don't want to go along with our plan, man. Put some women on him and say he touched some women 40 years ago. He'll drop, he'll fall because there's no way to fight it. This is what they're doing, and it's coming from up top. Y'all better pay attention, man. And I'm not saying that to say that women don't get touched, because there's some stories where it's true, but a lot of this stuff is coming from fights up top between powerful people above your pay grade. Because they're right now, there's a fight to see who's going to control the board, who's going to be in control of the consciousness of the people. Hit that like button, man. We shouldn't be going down the numbers. We should be up with what we teaching.
Everybody know the truth. His people have to run a boat to go get the motherfucker off the island. But you know, it's still the same shit. I'm not looking to see now motherfucker get caught up. And if they get out the first one or get out this one, anyone, they better watch because they still coming, you know. Puffy, I don't want to see you go down. But if you need a celly, I'm going to grant your ass my single, boy.
Hear that? Hear this?
Have your cook game working? I don't want no head, but you're going to be cleaning the toilet at the same time.
Now, see, y'all heard that, and the people are laughing and think it's funny. But see, where you at, D-Red? Watch how powerful that statement was. You got the two most influential black men of the early and mid-90s. One in jail, one is on the verge of being in jail. And he's telling him, yeah, you need to sell. You can come right on in here with me. They're going to take those two black men and throw them right in jail. They're going to knock down your idols. They're coming down. They got the phone. They got the phone. Yep. I'm telling, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all not paying attention. You entertain. Oh, man, you hear what another woman done accused them. Man, it's so much bigger than that. This is a fight for who's going to control your consciousness. Who's going to be, listen, we got to get these niggas out of here. There's a new wave coming in. What's the new wave? Women empowerment. Who's in control of the women empowerment? Oh, those people. Where they? We don't see them. Where they at? Who are they? Oh, here they go right here. Here they go. Here they go right here. Who's in? This is some of them right here.
So to assume that it's just the suffering, it is, but it is also that we make the best out of every situation that we have. And so, yeah, we are incredibly gifted. It is I think for us to push forward that these are some of the skills that we have that can be honed. We need equal access to education and honing those skills, not just a place at the table, but in leadership. And I think that we also need to be reframed.
This is the woman. She's the UN Deputy Secretary General. And she's spearheading a lot of things around the world for women's empowerment. So when they start talking about women's liberation, don't come to me and talk to George about women's liberation if you don't know who the powers, the peoples that's in power, that's sitting at the table, that's putting the laws in play, that's passing this shit down, that's knocking these men down like pinballs, that got them on the run. Don't come talk to me because you want to entertain nigga. I ain't dealing with entertained niggas. I'm dealing with black people that know what's going on. So you take Puffy. Hold on. Let's go here. Let's go here. Uh-oh. Let's go here.
I was assaulted in a phone booth in broad daylight by Steven Tyler. Right about back then, and he's an angry person inside because I had just at that time, right before he assaulted me, I laughed at his lyrics. Apparently made him angry, but I didn't understand, and I wasn't laughing at him. I just thought, oh, that was the lyric. Okay, that makes sense, and I laughed. You know, as a kid. We were right by the Warwick Hotel, and I think that's 54 and 6. That's right around there, the Warwick. Capitally on my records was maybe just 4 or 5 blocks away. It was close. So it was a short walk, and we were walking down 6th Avenue. Thing I knew, we were walking by a phone booth, and he flung me in there. And he stuck his tongue down my throat, and his friends are looking outside. My friend was also watching. People walking by were watching, and he started groping me. I couldn't say help because I couldn't talk. He had me pinned against the phone. And I remember the faces of 2 men that were walking by and just stopped and stared. I was clearly struggling. Nobody said stop. Nobody said, get off of her, get off of her. And he was humping me, making, I think, by pretending he was actually having sex with me while his friends were outside laughing, people walking by just staring. Nobody said, get off of her. And nobody stopped him. So I was fighting back. I dropped my portfolio on that my kid's portfolio was blue. I dropped it on the floor and I got my right arm free. So I grabbed the back of his head and said, I'm struggling around. I'm thinking, get your knee up. He just suddenly flew back out of the phone booth. It just kind of flew back. I was in shock. I quickly turned around and faced the phone because I had to fix my clothing. And I thought, please, when you turn around, have nobody there. Please, when you turn around, don't have anybody.
This is a white woman telling her story about what Steven Tyler did to her. Right? This is important. This is important. But I got somebody that's going to blow your mind. I got somebody that D-Red, I don't know if you heard about this one, I'm going to show you. Because this ain't a black thing. This is about power. They distract you with the black and white shit. This shit is about power. Who's going to control the minds of the people? There's a fight. And I'm telling you right now what they do is, right? Let's just say that this really happened to this woman. What happened to this woman is tragic and it's a shame, right? But what they're doing now is pulling on the heartstrings and the emotions of women because they know for a fact that there's been a lot of women that's been groped, molested, sexually assaulted. So they're going to put these stories out and get women to turn against men while they can come in through the back door and implement and take over in the power. But it's not shrouded in women's empowerment. It has nothing to do with women's empowerment. And this is what I'm trying to tell people. People got to pay attention and listen to what's really happening here. Let's listen to some more. I'm going to show you this other person.
Buddy, they're still looking. And so I put my clothes back together in the phone booth, not facing the street. And I picked up my portfolio and I ran out of the phone booth. And there was just a few pedestrians there staring. He said nothing, but he couldn't because his tongue was down my throat. This guy knows exactly what he's doing. I'm going to wear long things. If I pin a girl against the wall, nobody's going to see if our pants are down. You put your tongue down her throat, she's not going to be able to yell help. He's a professional. It was humiliating. It was shocking and mortifying. For a few seconds, you don't know what's happening, and then you know what's happening. And that was my first sexual experience with a boy or a man. People that we had around us, pedestrians and his friends or bandmates, whatever they were, they just watched. Apparently that was a thing. Or
D-Red, what you think about this when you you hear me say that it's not just a black thing, this thing is a global thing because they're coming at the powerful white men.
Yeah, they come here. It's about tearing, like you said, tearing down people's idols, man. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people hero worship, and you tear down the idols, and then you let people know that it's symbolic, and letting people know that we can build you up, but we can tear you down. And so what it does, yes, ma'am, ranch. And so it let people know that, you try to rise up. we'll take it on. And so that's important. You see what I'm saying? To let people to keep people in check and keep people in line. That's very important.
And,
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm telling them, I want our people, because they like to get us caught up in the black and white thing, and we get stuck there. This right here, this ain't about black and white. This is about power. They come and I'm proving the point. Watch this, y'all. Because see, everybody keep talking about Puffy. Puffy and them ain't the only. Puffy and Jamie Foxx ain't the only ones that they're going after. They're going after everybody.
Yeah, that's true.
And we are hearing tonight reaction from some of Governor Cuomo's accusers.
Natalie Deveridge has more of the CBS News exclusive interview with Charlotte Bennett. Charlotte Bennett, former aide to Governor Andrew Cuomo and one of the 11 women who accused him of acting inappropriately, reacted swiftly to the investigation on Twitter with one word: resign. Then later spoke exclusively to CBS News anchor Norah O'Donnell for Evening News Tonight.
Well, based on his statement earlier today, I'm going to assume that he's not going to resign, though I would think that's the most respectable way to respond to a report this scathing. So it's up to us. It's up to New Yorkers. It's up to, the voices of our electeds. It's up to America. We need to say, Carl Heastie, you are the Speaker of the Assembly. You have a
Why this lady right here? Why she keep moving and bouncing? What's wrong with her? Look at her. Watch how she moving. Like how she's sitting.
Up to America. We need to say, Carl Heastie, you are the Speaker of the Assembly. You have a responsibility to impeach the governor.
Another former Cuomo aide, Anna List, posted on social media saying, thank you to everyone who expressed support out loud and in whispers.
The report, the outcome was actually worse than many of us expected. There were actually additional people that we did not know about who had been sexually harassed.
Sonia Osario is the president of the National Organization for Women in New York that works to further women's equity laws and hold business and government accountable. She says the governor has no other option but to step down.
Oh, we've called for him to resign, clearly. I mean, it's over. There's no other answer here. Nobody else has ever survived.
Now, I'm reading this because he already resigned. This was 2 years ago. So I want y'all the reason why I'm showing this, because I don't want y'all to get caught up. I've been seeing too many things. Oh, they coming after the black man. No, they distracting us with this black shit. Stop. We're never going to be able to fix black people if you get listen, I'm not telling you not to be black first. I'm black first, but get out of this black shit fight, because you stay in that box and you don't see things from a global view. So now when you take your black argument to the world, you only see it through black lens. You don't know how to take, watch this, D-Red. You don't know how to take your black argument and put it into the puzzle of the world. So that way people can understand your plight and ally with you. No, you just have a straight up black shit in the corner with no allies, nobody to help you. And you have everybody against you because you stuck on black shit. They not just going after Puffy and Jamie Foxx, and no, they coming after everybody. And I'm telling you, we have to have a pro-black way of thinking, but we have to have a global way of thinking. Am I wrong, D-Red?
No, we're gonna have a pro-black lens with a global perspective. We got to be able to see the world view and see our views. You know what I'm saying? And see how our view fits and fixing us is beneficial for the world. And right now, what they did, this whole assault on manhood, it's just about them making examples, man. They're going to make examples out of a whole bunch of people to show people that we will bring you down. Because think about it, for a lot of these situations to happen, laws had to be passed so women who may or may not have been done wrong 20, 30, 40 years ago can come forth. Who has the power to do that?
There you go.
That's all you got to do is think about it. It's convenient. And if you don't see the convenience in it, then something wrong with you. It's convenient that people all of a sudden pass this law In certain states, New York,
Somebody asked,
California.
somebody just said, George, do you think it's a problem working with attractive women? I want your perspective. It could be. It could be. I will say this, and I'm gonna be 100% honest. At me as a man, it's probably certain women I can work around, and certain women I probably can't work around. I probably go somewhere else because as a man, you got to know your limitations and what attraction and your attraction to some women. You ever be around Rodney around some women, and you just like, damn, I just can't. I can't. I ain't say I can't control myself. I can't. Now I ain't talking about you jump on the women or touch the women, but it's just a strong energy that woman brings to you. A strong sensual sexual energy that she has that's connects you. Then you could be around some women that's attractive and don't feel that at all. Am I wrong, D-Red? And that got nothing to do with you being married and loving your wife. You could be in certain places where you might, man, I gotta get up and get out of here because I might get myself in trouble. And then you be somewhere and be a woman that don't even matter. She walk right past you, you won't even see her. But then
So we don't know if these dudes did anything to these women or not.
Did that too.
But they have a whole movement called Believe All Women.
Yeah, I was just giving them. I was real quick. I was just giving them a perspective of certain women, like it has nothing to do with loving your wife, but sometimes you could be in places and a certain women be there. But as a man, you got to know your limitations. Say, I can't be in here. Let me get up out of here, man. You dumb niggas stay. End up getting yourself in trouble because. And so you got to know. You have to know as a man what your limitations are. Then now the other part, the flip side of that is what D-Red's talking about. I was just answering this question on what he was saying, D-Red, do you think is a problem with men working with attractive women? What's my perspective? So my perspective would be, as a man, I got to know my limitations. Some women, there's a lot of women that could be attractive, but there's some women that may have that that energy, that pull may be a little different. So you got to know when to get up and walk away. Go ahead, Red.
No, I understand what you're saying. What I'm saying is, in these scenarios with these high-profile men, we don't know what happened,
right?
And so we don't know if what the ladies are saying is true. We don't know if it's a lie. We don't know if it's a half truth, something that's kind of misconstrued, some wise guy. We don't know what the situation is. So the reality of the situation is not whether the woman's attractive or not. It's about, I guess, the integrity of the two parties, the integrity of the man and the integrity of the woman. Because you don't want to be, you can be with an ugly woman who you would never touch. But in today's climate, if she tells people that you did something to her, you can get jammed up and you ain't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really about the attractiveness of the woman. It's about the integrity of the woman and the integrity of the man.
Let me see. I get what Brother George is saying. We need to put their targeting black men aside. And that's what I was trying to say, Maximus. Look at this though, right here, D-Red. If they coming after this dude right here, you know all the chips is down. You see that right there? You see that name, D-Red? If they coming after this man,
yep,
it's a wrap. All bets is off. If they coming after him, then and that's what I was trying to tell you, Maximus. I get what George is talking about. About as brothers, we need to put their targeting black men aside and to align ourselves with them so we can expose all the agenda. And then we need to take our own black agenda and show the world why they should be supporting us. So, but if we only get caught up in some black shit, then we'll lose the battle. Like we have to study the whole playbook. When you play football, they give you gotta know the playbook on defense. So you can't study just part of the playbook. You got to study the whole playbook. So now in this playbook, I'm showing you that they going Jimmy Iovine just got hit with a sexual assault. Jimmy Iovine shocked and baffled by new sexual abuse accusations. And Jimmy Iovine is a small hat. So a woman claimed Music Gazette sexually abused, forcibly touched, and subjected her to sexual harassment and retaliation. Iovine says that no one has ever made these claims because of his power. He looking at it like, what? Me? I'm Jimmy Iovine. Who are you? But I'm telling y'all, it's not about just black men. It's about power. A woman is filing a lawsuit against music executive Jimmy Iovine, alleging that Interscope co-founder sexually abused her and forcibly touched her, according to court documents. Iovine tells Rolling Stone he's shocked and baffled by the claim. A Jane Doe plaintiff filed a summons and notice on Wednesday in New York and alleges that Iovine, 70, engaged in multiple instances of sexual abuse, forcible touching her, including a specific incident of sexual misconduct that occurred in New York City in August of 2007. The legal filing contained little additional information regarding the woman's specific claims, but the lawsuit is expected by the end of the year. The woman also alleges that she faced sexual harassment and retaliation and is seeking an unspecified amount in damages. Doe's attorney, Douglas Wigger, declined to comment on the case. And what I'm telling y'all is, I'm going to say this, right? Let me see. Hold on. I'm going to play a little bit more of this Shug joint, and then we start winding down, because I want to really break this down. But let's play a little bit more. Now, I want y'all miss something. You see when he said you part of that hidden room and it cut off? Look.
We didn't hear it.
Huh?
It wasn't playing. I didn't hear it. I ain't hear nothing. I don't know if the audience heard anything, but I ain't hear nothing.
Wait, hold on. You didn't hear nothing the whole time? Hold on. Wait. Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait. I'm fucking up. All right, hold on. Oh, wait. All right, hold on. Let's play it now.
And my son said, hey, I love all Tupac shit. I still listen to his music. That's my favorite rapper. Fuck that, right? He said, why was these motherfuckers going around lying saying you had something to do with you killed Tupac?
Hold on. Let me go back. My fault. I fucked up. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sitting here the whole time and there ain't no damn sound. I'm thinking that the sound is playing.
Tell the truth. His people had to run a boat to go get the motherfucker off the island. But, you know, it's still the same shit. I'm not looking to see now motherfucker get caught up. And if they get out the first one or get out this one, anyone, they better watch because they still coming, you know. Puffy, I don't want to see you go down. But if you need a celly, I'm going to grant your ass my single, boy. Had your cook game working, I don't want no head, but you're going to be cleaning the toilet. But at the same time, I'm not looking to be happy and aggressive because another black man did some fucked up weirdo shit, because it's not about Puffy, but Puffy had kids. Puffy has 2 daughters. I don't think it'd be fair for anybody to you know, throw that motherfucker through the rules publicly because they're thinking about his 2 daughters. But at the same time, my kids, I have kids. Nobody gave a fuck. You know, my son, just had a son, Sosa, that's graduated from film school. He hears shit. My youngest son is Legend. Legend just turned 14. And we talk about everything. Always talk. All through the day. And my son said, hey, I love all Tupac shit. I still listen to his music. That's my favorite rapper. Fuck that, right? He says, why was these motherfuckers going around lying saying you had something to do with you killed Tupac?
We'll try to watch this part.
Knowing it's not true. But now they know the truth. Or they putting it out there. They never not once have, I got apology, got reimbursed, or them attacking my mother and attacking my family publicly for something I had nothing to do with. The one that shit flips. There's a lot of people part of that circle. You know, that circle of you can have a wife and you can have kids, but you're part of that hidden room. This call and your
See that, D-Red? He said, well, you part of that hidden room, and then it cut off.
Phone number and recorded.
Yeah, when you thought you can go in them hidden rooms, you know what I'm saying? The same room that Cat Williams was the same hidden room Cat Williams was talking about.
And it cut right off.
With Professor Ogilvy. You know what I'm saying? The same hidden room Cat Williams was talking about.
So you starting to see you're gonna start seeing all these kind of articles like this pop up, y'all. Moguls and Startlers, 100 years of Hollywood's corrosive systemic systems. And the reason why it's going to come out of Hollywood, because Hollywood is where all the programming went. So let me show y'all something before I share the screen and me and D-Red close out. I want to show y'all something with this, because a lot of this live stream, it won't have 200 people in the room, because this is like the classroom. And you know, our people don't want to be, they want to be entertained. They don't want the classroom setting. They don't want what I've learned, D-Red, in my years of being on YouTube and teaching, people don't want to be taught. They want to be entertained. If it ain't singing and rapping to them or preaching like a gospel or something to them, they don't want to sit in the classroom and get the information. So I got to do it this way. So when you see this, let me type in this, right? Watch this, and D-Red will appreciate this. He like me. He like that the information. Like, it's some of us that could still go in the room and sit down and listen to a 2-hour lecture and really listen to. All right, so now you remember this, D-Red, right? You see that on the screen?
Yeah, I see it.
CIA Operation Mockingbird, a precursor to U.S. manipulation of world public opinion during the Cold War. Now I want y'all to listen, because this is important, y'all. During the Cold War, the U.S. intelligence agency CIA launched its Operation Mockingbird, which aims to collect intelligence by bribing journalists and institutions around the world and affecting public opinion by manipulating news media. Carl Bernstein, a famous American investigative journalist who unveiled the scandal in 1977, said that according to the plan, the CIA recruited journalists that were put on a payroll by the CIA and instructed to write fake stories. The CIA admitted that at least 400 journalists and 25 large organizations around the world secretly carried out assignments for the agency. To this day, the CIA still attempts to monitor and manipulate public opinion through this despicable practice. The so-called truth that underpins a news story from the perspective of the U.S. government is not worth mentioning at all. So I need y'all to understand something, right? Let's go over here. It's a program, right? They control all your media outlets, right? So now when I show you this, right, in the classroom, when y'all leave the classroom and you see that they're going after moguls, starlets, Hollywood corrosive systemic system. The reason why they got to go after them because these are your idols. This is where your mental conditioning is through the news. And didn't I just tell y'all about an hour ago in this live stream that you only complain about what the news tell you to complain about? Down there in Alabama, when those white men beat up that black man, they put it all on the news. Y'all went crazy. But did y'all know that they just charged him with assault? I mean, charged him with they gave him a charge. Nobody black said anything. It's not on the news because the news outlets didn't tell you to complain. So what I'm saying is they're gonna promote this through entertainment, the news, and everywhere else. And this is where they're going to get you. So when I show you Operation Mockingbird, and then I show you moguls and starlets, and you see Seth MacFarlane, he's in trouble, right? You can see, watch this, all the way back from 1921, right? Virginia Rappy and Roscoe Fatty Arbuckle. In Hollywood earlier scandal in 1921, Arbuckle was accused, although later cleared, of raping Rappy. Right? These are all old stories that these women are coming. Rita Haynesworth, originally Margaret Casino, was made to change her name by studio bosses, right? These are all the things that women went through. Mother confronts her daughter, right? This girl right here was raped, right? Hold on. Oh shit, I'm on it. Damn it. Hold on. So this girl right here in 1921 was raped. So when you look at these articles, right, because like I said, we're in the classroom, right? And you see moguls and startlets, 100 years of Hollywood's corrosive systemic systems, right? And you see Seth MacFarlane, he's under fire, right, for his stuff that he said in 2013. You see Fatty Arbuckle, he got in trouble for rape when they ended up beating the case in 1921 because there's a woman to accuse a man of rape. 1921 was almost like impossible, right? They forced this woman to change her name, right? This girl right here got raped. She's being consoled by her mother, but the women have no power at that time to get any justice, right? Woody Allen, we already know what Woody Allen been in trouble for, all kinds of egregious acts, right? So what I'm telling you is, let me go back over here. D-Red.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, and I'm showing them Operation Mockingbird because I want them to understand that they go through news media, entertainment, sports, and they social engineer your mind. So I'm showing y'all proof because this ain't YouTube can't tell me I'm being a conspiracy theorist and telling anything wrong. Operation Mockingbird was a real large-scale program that Carl Bernstein blew the whistle in 1977. But just because he blew the whistle in 77 don't mean it stopped because it was working like a well-organized machine. And this is the stuff that I'll be trying to tell our people. See, because I can go here, right, if we really want to be technical. Watch this. I can go right here. I can really, hold on. If you really want to, I can go right here in this ad right here from the Daily Mail, right? Spooks infiltrate Silicon Valley. Facebook is riddled with ex-CIA agents, including president's briefers who now run harmful content team. So many ex-FBI workers at Twitter, they have a Slack channel, and Google is rife with ex-CIA agents. And these people are in control. Former U.S. government intelligence agents are now working with, across Silicon Valley in senior roles dedicating to censorship, misinformation. A large number of ex-officers from the CIA, NSS, State Department have taken positions, and Facebook, Twitter, and Google. The revelation comes amid fears the FBI operated control over Twitter gossip and the Hunter Biden laptop story. So this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. When you come to the classroom, right? The Twitter files have revealed the close relationship with the FBI. So what I'm telling y'all is they're telling you. Go ahead, D-Red.
No, man, what they're telling you, man, is, I mean, Mark Zuckerberg got a CIA code name. I forgot what it was called, but he had a CIA code name. So we gotta know what's going on, man. Like, you know, it's cool to be entertained, it's cool to be laughing, it's cool to be giggling, it's cool to talk about history for those that are super entertained by the historical aspect of shit. That's cool, but you still gotta know what's going on in your everyday life. You know what I'm saying? How things are moved, the things that motherfuckers is doing that affect you, why they doing it. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta, you know what I'm saying? So George is showing you who's doing it and why, their motivations. Again, you don't have to believe the way they believe. You know what I'm saying? But these people believe in what they believe in or don't believe in what they don't believe in, and they moving accordingly to achieve a goal. And a lot of us are just collateral damage. Like George.
This is the Washington Post. So this ain't just some bullshit. This is in the Washington Post, and where this CNN is trying to say it didn't happen, but the guy blew the whistle, right? So these is articles that I had in the stash that I was supposed to do a stream on, right? Look at this here. Vanderbilt's Algard Hare Anderson Cooper worked at the CIA in college. So he worked for the CIA while he was in college, and then end up being one of your anchors for CNN for years. Man, y'all just, man, look, hold on. Because I ain't gonna do too much of this. I gotta tread lightly. CIA's use of journalists and clergy in intelligence operations. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. So, but I'm gonna unshare here because I don't want to go derail. I don't want to go too far into that because I already know how YouTube gonna get. You're not allowed to really. So let me unshare. I'm past 2 hours. I just want to tell y'all. I want to tell you guys that, you know, those that stay here to get, you know, this information when you come into the classroom. A lot of YouTubers, when I would go live, I'm not gonna say his name because that bastard know who he is. He like to get shot online, but he would come on here and steal my content and then go on his channel with 8,000 people and say everything I say verbatim. But, you know, it's hard to get people over here. Never share a screen, never teach. But when you come here, you come into the classroom. And you guys can rewatch the videos, get the links. Matter of fact, let me do this for you guys too. Let me put some of the links in for y'all. So that way we can hold on. Let me get back.
And when you go to these platforms, man, the good thing about George, he gonna always drop most of the links that he shared, whether it's a video, whether it's a newspaper article, whatever the case may be. He gonna drop them links, man. Any platform you get on, man, or you listening to where people are talking, you know what I'm saying? Try to make them people ask them for sources, even if it's something that's colloquial that most people already may know. It still don't hurt for them to drop a link because it is always somebody that's listening that may not know what the majority of the audience knows. You see what I'm saying? So I always try to make the people source up on whatever they say, man, because it ain't about confirmation bias. It ain't about personality worship. You know what I'm saying? It's about, you know what I'm saying, people being able to substantiate their premise. George had a premise and he was able to substantiate it and walk you through it. You know what I'm saying? Show you different things and nuggets of history and current events that
and we tie it together. That's
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of the times I'll be on these different platforms and I notice we'll let people that we like that may have charisma, or we just may just like the person, you know, because the person may be funny. But we'll allow these people to talk on these platforms and don't drop nan source. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And we as a community, we got to stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop being dismissive of each other. You know what I mean? Somebody says, because I put that in the chat for a reason. Oh, George, you know, they're going to be calling you a conspiracy theorist. Why? That's a way to dismiss what George is saying when he actually brings sources to prove what he's saying. It's like it's not hidden shit. The shit he talking about is not hidden shit. You know what I'm saying? It's in newspaper articles and all kind of other shit. It's not hidden shit.
Yeah.
But because it's not a mainstream talking point, they'll just call him a conspiracy theorist and try to dismiss it. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the fact that he got sources. You know what I'm saying? See, that's the thing. Don't let people tell you what ain't, even when a person's showing you what is, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? Just because, you know what I'm saying, somebody you like say somebody that George is being a conspiracy theorist, don't just write George off because somebody you like say it. Say, hey, well, George dropped sources. Can you drop sources to prove otherwise?
Yeah.
Challenge them and to say, okay, well, George dropped 5 to 10 sources. What do you got? 5? Because what I've noticed in the community is somebody would dismiss a talking point with their opinion and say, well, start reasoning around why a person's source is not valid or whatever, but you got to refute a source with a source. So if George done dropped 5 sources, for you to take their perspective and is over George's, they need to drop 6.
I tell them
the opposite.
Yeah, I tell them. You see, my thing is, I got tired of going live, so I wasn't really going live this year because you get burnt out from teaching. Because I like to bring the people into the classroom, and I want to give you the information so you can take it. So that way we can stop having frivolous conversations. Oh my God, they charging Puffy with another one. I'm sitting there like, if you had the information, you would understand why they charging Puffy. You wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't be oh my God. It's the hierarchy is falling, and it's not just Puffy. If they go after Jimmy Iovine and accuse him, what the fuck? Puffy ain't nobody. Like y'all gotta like really, y'all gotta really like really understand like what's happening, and that's why I went into and like D-Ray was saying when I showed y'all the Aquarian age, I'm not dealing with conspiracy theory or what you believe and don't believe. I'm dealing with what they show you in their movies, in their cartoons, what they show in their TV shows, with the UN. So I just showed the Aquarian Age article and tied it right into the UN Women's Empowerment Movement. It's the same words for fucking Beto. So don't come here and tell me that I'm being conspiracy because you have to prove me wrong. Go to the UN's Women Empowerment and then go to the Aquarian Age Empowerment for Women. It's the same goddamn article. I mean, the same words. They're using the same shit. So it's not about what you believe. The problem with it is the black man is stupid. I'm gonna be 100% honest. The black man is conditioned to be a fucking idiot. And that's why he can't advance nowhere. Because the enemies knows that how do you neutralize a black man? Send a fat ass in the wet coochie his way. Put some entertainment on TV. Get that nigga a pork chop. As soon as another brother try to blow a whistle, you know what the black man do? Everything is a fucking joke to the black man. He don't take nothing serious. And the black man can't see anything logical outside of his own conditioned vision. I'm going to say that again. The black man can't see anything logical outside of his own conditioned vision. And that's why we can't beat this shit. Because we can't sit down and say, damn, I never saw it like that. The black man's ego is fucked up. And what did the Piscean age say? It said that they come here. Watch this. It said in the Piscean age. So, because I didn't make this shit up. This is their shit. This is I'm showing you in the art of war, in the art of war, what they're practicing. Watch this. Watch this. This is their shit. This is on their grid. This is on their books. Yeah, you give him a fucking pork chop with some gravy on it, and he shut right the fuck up. That's the problem with us as men, man.
Well, not George. That's not what they're doing. What they doing, how they getting us is through intellectualism. So what's happening is what's happening is because we're trying to get off into this, we're so intelligent. We're the black intelligentsia, and we're adopting white secular philosophy. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk Africa, like we'll talk Africa, Mother Africa, West Africa. We'll talk Africa, but then we'll talk down on African spirituality. We'll talk down on spirituality in general. You know what I'm saying? When we wouldn't have the rights that we got if it wasn't for people who had spiritual belief systems. So, but in the name of intelligentsia, we feel like if in order for us to advance ourselves, we got to distance ourselves from archaic thinking of those who hold on to spiritual beliefs. So what ends up happening is we align ourselves with the very secular atheists that are actually destroying our community. What do we talk about in the black community most of the time? We talk about the homosexual agenda and the feminization of the black man. Well, who's the ones pushing these narratives? It's the secular atheists. It's the secular atheists and the humanists that's pushing this agenda. But we'll complain about what's going on in our community.
Watch
You
this.
see what I'm saying?
Watch this, D-Red. It says advances in research, psychology, and communication enable us to understand our differences and empower gender and non-binary people, women and men, to shape the future together. While this process isn't easy, we're moving towards a collective consciousness. While in the past, women have had little choices to hold responsibilities or status beyond that of a homemakers, right? It's basically saying that women had no rights, right? So this is the age of Aquarius. So let me go over here, right? In the 2030 agenda. The goal seeks and targets is to realize the human rights to all women. Matter of fact, let me go to the better one. Hold on. Women's empowerment has 5 components: women's sense of self-worth, their right to determine choices, their right to have access to opportunities. Now, if you notice, you see the same shit, right, Red? Right here in the UN goals for women, right?
I see it.
It's the same shit in the astrological signs of the age of Aquarius. So I'm telling y'all, black men, get out of your way of thinking and understand how to play chess or play Monopoly on the board. You gotta get on the board and play the game. So you gotta study the playbook. So when I show you that this says the future is female, right? And right up before you get to the future is female, they break this down, right? They tell you that they transition it into a new age, right? From the Piscean age. But watch what it says about the Piscean age. Look at what it says. So let me go over here. This is what it says, right? It's not about belief. I'm studying them. The Piscean age became before the age of Aquarius, roughly 1 to 2,000 years AD. It was strongly led by ego mentality, generational hierarchies. D-Red, what have we been in for the last, since you've been born, with generational hierarchies, right? And kingdoms, right? Fighting and arguing amongst each other, declaring war on each other, right? That's what's been going on. Look, religion, socioeconomic status, right? Watch, when they say socioeconomic status, that's from the bottom to the top. That's the dope boy on the block that get all the girls with the cars, to the man in the suit. That's the corporate guy, all the way up to the kings and monarchs and the Rothschilds and all of those families. I wouldn't be surprised if some of them start falling. What I'm saying is we've been in an age of religion, socioeconomic status, dominated by social organization around the globe. They're getting rid of that. So I'm gonna stop sharing here. We're gonna get ready to close out because people still.
Check this out, George. It says the second secular philosophy, which originated with sex positive feminist movement, believes women are most empowered when they are free from any restrictions, including biological processes, preventing them from living like men.
Woo!
And I just tied the secular movement into the feminist movement.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I dropped the link. So this is what we're going against, man. Like this is what we gotta know what's going on, man, and we gotta be aware and start calling these secular If you're not an atheist, and if you are atheist, let's start calling these second atheists to task about where you stand, because they'll hold a Christian or a Muslim brother or Moorish brother or whoever to a standard of, if you believe, if your people did this, then and you subscribe to X, Y, and Z being a Christian, then you a coon. If you're a Muslim and your people, so because Muslims participated in the trans-Saharan slave trade, and you claim to be a Muslim, you're a coon. If you claim to be a Jew and the Jews participated in X, Y, and Z, now you're a coon. It's called the Aristotelian dictum. The Aristotelian dictum dictates that you got to apply the same logic across the board. So when secular atheists hold people that have a religious background to a certain standard, to say, if because the people that align with your logic and thinking of a worldview did X, Y, Z, then you are X, Y, Z, then you got to hold them to the same standard and say, okay, well, your people are doing X, Y, Z right now. You know what I'm saying? And you align yourself with these people. You know what I'm saying? So now where do you stand on that? Yeah. You a coon then. Because if I'm a coon for X, Y, and Z, then you're a coon for X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? That's just being logically consistent.
Yep. So give us some closeout words, and then I'll close this all the way out. Give us some last words, D-Red, on what, or just based off of this.
Man, look, George brought out some good shit. You know what I'm saying? And I've been really licking my chops, waiting for a chance to really get off into this secular movement shit. And this is something for George to. I know he know about it, because we look into the same type of shit. But then I think his next presentation, if he go into the secularism, secular atheism, and humanism, where he gonna start seeing how that bridge over those things overlap with the very thing he was talking about tonight. That's what made me want to get on here, because I understand how it overlaps. And so, and what we got to do now is you know what I'm saying, as a black people, is remember Hubert Harrison. And why do I say that? I'm gonna end with this. Hubert Harrison was an atheist, but Hubert Harrison understood that his atheism and his quasi-intellectualism, you know what I'm saying, he still needed somebody like Garvey, who was a Christian. He didn't use something to make it seem like he was better than Garvey. Garvey didn't use his Christianity to make Hubert Harrison think he was better than him. You see what I'm saying? They understood that overall, in reality, to get rid of the system of white supremacy, that they needed each other. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying that to say, hold everybody to the standard. You see what I'm saying? And understand your history so you can hold them to a standard. And that's it.
Yeah, and I just want to say that when we do these lives, try to share this out on different vast parts of social media, because we got to grow the audience of people. It's important that we get our message out to the masses of people. Pushing urban nerds and trying to do things independently is hard. We come in, we got 500 people in the room, 600 people, and 400 people donate $2. You'd be surprised what we can do with urban nerds and how we can move around. When we push this message, but the masses of the people ain't here, it's hard. But then they see you go get a grant from a white man, then you get called a sellout. But we out here 10 toes down on the ground, like really putting it down. Hold on, man. Let me show y'all something real quick. That rhyme, 10 toes down on the ground, putting it down. It's like some old school, old head shit. Hold on. Let me show y'all something right here. That fat. That's me. That's me right there on the ground. This man right here is Umar Johnson's father. That's us doing our community activism work in the community, moving around, like, in the Hug the Block. We his father runs the Hug the Block. We go to the city's most dangerous corners and we take over the corners. And Umar Johnson is online running his mouth. His father is a well-known activist on the East Coast, well-known, well-respected, like real dude out there. He's one of my mentors. So I'm out there with him. You know, the ceasefire organization, the Hug the Block, and you know, he out there, he everywhere, well known. The dudes in the streets know him. When they see him coming, he's respected, he's loved. You know, so we out here, when we doing the work for real, it's hard because you go and you talk and you teach, but you don't get the support of the people. So how can you stay afloat? You know what I mean? You know, a motherfucker can come online and act like he got and get shot because he done went crazy in the projects and come back the next day and get 10,000 people in the room and say, hey, donate. And everybody throw, I'm like, wait, what the fuck? So what happens?
I'm gonna tell you, Jordan, but you know why though? You know why though? Because I was trying to explain this, like, and I said this on Q Buddy channel. Shout out to Q, but I was telling the people that be on this panel. I'm like, the fact that, I'm gonna say this, and it's, you know, me and my ruffles on feathers, but I said, man, look, man, I don't do this shit in real life. You know what I'm saying? They was like, well, why don't you say this? I said, man, I'm not gonna go at my Muslim brothers. I don't go at nobody. I said, I'm not gonna go at no Aboriginal brothers. And they was like, that's because you support pseudos. I said, look, man, the reality is I don't do that shit in real life, bro. I said, when we had to load them 18 wheelers for the water to send to Jackson, Mississippi, it was Abos, it was Christians, it was atheists, it was, you know what I'm saying, it was everybody that helped us load them trucks full of water to send to Jackson. I wasn't banging with them niggas. I wasn't going back and forth with them niggas. I wasn't doing none of that. You know why? I said, so it's like the more y'all do this shit online, it show me what you ain't really doing in real life. You know what I'm saying? Because if your whole claim to fame is banging on a motherfucker because of what they believe or don't believe, then I know you ain't doing that shit in real life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't doing it in real life and you coming on here doing it, that's some fake shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I think,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think like my argument is that it's hard to do the work. Like when I'm on the ground and I'm on the ground with mentors like Brother Jamil, Umar Johnson's father, and I'm looking up to him, and people don't know he just out there doing it. He's just out there doing it, like out of his own pocket. I'm like, these is my mentors was the street real niggas back in the day, but this is my mentor, right? And you see a person get shot, come online, talk some shit, get 6,000 people in the room and make thousands of dollars. When we out here doing shit, posting it, showing the people what we doing, you can't get $2. It's like, and I'm gonna tell you the danger in that is when I did a video years ago and I said we create our own coons. There's a lot of black people that start out strong, that really want to help black people, but the black community break their heart. The black community just sucks the life out of them. And watch them trying to do things. And you know, I'm never going to fold, but I watch brothers and sisters fold. They're not as strong as me. I'm gonna keep fighting. And I got mentors around me that you can see, older mentors that's older than me, that's on the ground, that we out there doing the work. I have them around me, so it keeps me grounded, it keeps me strong. But it do get frustrating. It does get frustrating. So,
It do get frustrated. But like you said, like, you know, shout out to brother that's your man. My mentor in the community is Norman Mitchell, man, with Coach Norman, man. Shit, you know, if you ain't in the Houston area and you in need of medical service, man, you can go to the Be Busy Well, especially if you're on the south side. I mean, anywhere from Houston, but I mean, I understand if you need something a little closer, I get that. But we working on the second location. We at the Be Busy Wellness Center right there in West Bedford on the west. It's on the southwest side. It's right across the street from the neighborhood Walmart. You know what I'm saying? If you need a medical care, you can go there. Ask for Coach Norman, you know what I'm saying? Coach Norman or his wife, Miss Mitchell, they'll help you out. You know, you tell them Coach D sent you, you know what I'm saying? They'll tighten you up. You know what I'm saying? You got to get with people that's actually serious about the community. I mean, Coach Norman, serious, man. That's my mentor. Coach Norman, serious, man. You know what I'm saying? So get with these people.
This brother right here, he was the intern police commissioner. We just got a new mayor, black woman mayor. She named Bethel, the police commissioner. But I have a very, very good relationship with this brother, police officer here. He actually helps working with urban nerds. He comes down to talk to our kids. Like, he makes himself available. I mean, you know, in the community, he walks the community with the people. He's from the community. So like, you got really people that's really doing like real work. And we don't post everything online. But like, you know, we come into the classrooms to teach. I guess all I'm saying is, before I get out of here, is we got to build a better audience of support, because we got to start supporting each other. It's nowhere in the world that people can talk about the world and be 8,000 people, but every time I talk to somebody, they say they're conscious. Well, where y'all at? Where y'all at? Because how do you expect some of these young people to get on board and get on board of this conscious stuff if y'all ain't gonna support it? They're gonna run back over to what they believe worked for them. It got to be supported.
But George, this the problem. And I was just breaking this down on Q Butter's channel. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a brother that said he was from St. Louis, and I was like, nigga, do you know Darren Seals? He was like, no. I said, my boy King D got killed. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, and I was like, so you don't know Darren Seals, but you. So, well, my point is, if they not supporting the people, there's a George making in their community. They just ain't in the community doing nothing to know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a D-Red in their community. It's a Darren Seals in their community. You know what I'm saying? It's a Q Butter. They just don't know. They not tapped in. They not. So if they not giving a fuck about their own community, you know what I'm saying? They not finna give a fuck about George Making community.
Go. There you go. Right there.
You know what I'm saying? And I stand on this. I've been saying this since I've been in the community, man. If a motherfucker is irrelevant where they lay their head at, they should be irrelevant to us.
Right.
The problem is we make people relevant that are not known for doing nothing for the people in their immediate community, in their immediate surroundings. Nobody knows. That's why you see my logo is DSD1. What that stands for is down since day one. The cats I rock with and build a community up with and move and shake with, that's our overarching logo and slogan, our overarching name. You know what I'm saying? We got other shit within it. We got RTG, Respect the Ghetto. You know what I'm saying? We got the Art Over Drugs program, Clean Block program. We got all these other stuff that we do. We got the Trill Initiative. We got all this different shit up under DSD1. Because that's what we've been rocking. All of us been rocking since I've been on these cats since I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
7 years old. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So, and we all from the hood, all from the projects, all was ex street dudes, but we all said, you know what? This some bullshit.
Yeah.
And each person come with.
I like doing what I do, though. I like doing the work, so I'm gonna do it regardless. You know, I like doing the work, but I'm gonna say this in closing. I think I'm gonna have another video coming up for the classroom. I just want us to keep our ear to the ground. I want us to be vigilant and really not getting caught up in what the media is telling you. They want you caught up in the P. Diddy and the Jamie Foxxes. Oh, it's a black man. They taking the black man down. And so then you get caught up in the traumatic black. But then you never look at it from a global view. And you never get educated on the full playbook. You only look at it from a traumatized black. Everything ain't black. Is a greater world outside of whatever black Americans go through. The world ain't just surrounded around us. It's a lot of shit that go on around the world. So when I show you the global UN and the women's agenda that's controlling everything, she don't live in America. She don't live in America. We have to start looking at things from a global view outside of the block that we live on or the trauma that we live in. And we have to bring our trauma to the world stage to show people why they should believe in us and invest in us. So you can't look at everything. So what the media is going to do, because they understand what I'm saying, give them P. Diddy. Oh yeah, they just got Jamie Foxx. Oh yeah, we about to rearrest Bill Cosby. Oh yeah, so then what we do, man, see, I knew the white man. Look at him, he going after the black man again. No, it's not. They going after everybody because there's a whole agenda. It's a whole 2030 agenda that's right in front of your face. So I need my people to just get on board, understand what's going on. I end it here. Remember, I love my people more than they hate themselves. And I pray to the universal creator most high that these words are enough to inspire you. These words are enough to make you look at yourself in the mirror and make change. These words are enough to look at your children and know you have to make change. I hope that when you came in for information. And when you leave here greater than what you was before you came. You leave here edified. I hope that you share this information on all the social media mechanisms that we use to get the message across. It's time that we start having the conversations, man. It's time that we start re-educating ourselves and studying the playbook. You have to study the playbook. Stop operating from what these news media outlets tell you in emotionalism and trauma. Start studying from a more cerebral approach. Take the trauma out. Take a deep breath of Rusai. Study. So that way you can understand, so that way you can come to the table and articulate yourself and have an educated conversation on what's actually happening down here. All right. And that's what I want y'all to do. So I started off with this live stream talking about the community and what we do in the community. I'm going to revisit that again, right? Revisit that, because all that's connected to what we do. What you do in the communities, they took that to Hollywood. So the behaviors that was Hollywood was already going on in the communities already around the world. And you took it to Hollywood, because the people in Hollywood that are doing it are people that come from somewhere. All right. So you mothers out there, you fathers, talk to your sons out there about when they land with girls that know is no. Even if you touching on her and she move your hand or she laughing and y'all end up doing it. If she say no, just get up and walk away. Because 30 years ago, 1991, it was a different world. No is no, but no is no. You know what I'm saying? Those of y'all that's in here 46, 47, under the 50s, y'all know what I mean. Back in the day when you got with a girl and all those kind of things, we don't live in that kind of world no more. So when a girl actually says no, it's no. Sometimes back in the day, she might have said, oh no, and y'all might have ended up doing it because you might have been pressing the issue a little bit. But you can't even do that no more. Like, that's out. So talk to your sons, explain to them what's going on, guide them, direct them, all that kind of stuff. All right. So remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace. I can't even leave. And make sure y'all donate. Make sure y'all, if y'all can out there, make sure y'all donate.